everyone, MJ here. Thanks for joining Taiwan Live TV. Hello, Matthew. Good evening to you, and happy daylight savings time. I'm here at the local place where I usually get my barbecue stuff, and I'm going to try to adjust the camera so I'm not showing so many of the indigenous people, though. It's kind of a hole here. Anyway, I don't want to show like too many people. There are a couple people over here just ordering stuff. That's the boss lady and the boss man and the customer. So, yeah, so far so good. Just hanging out here. Galaro, fist bump to you too. How you doing? I've got some whiskey with me. You guys know I'm a big whiskey fan, especially of single malt Scotch. And there are one or two blends that I like, and excellent. I found that this is funny. I mean, I lived in this neighborhood for 15 years, and across the street from the Jar Jar store is a store. It's owned by a guy. He's pretty cool. He's pretty eclectic. Like, he'll go collect single malts. I found some like Glendronachs and, you know, some fairly rare ones, like some of the Valvanese. Hey, Ken Rod, fist bump to you too. Nice to have you with us. And they've got teachers. And let me just show you this, because this is the bottle. This is one of my favorites here. Oh, 谢谢谢谢. Ooh, 漂亮. Ooh. That's got a big plate of food here. This is Teacher's Highland Cream. It's 1 liter, okay? 1 liter. And this was 280 NT. So I want you to divide that by 28, and that will give you the price in US dollars for a liter of whiskey. I mean, Taiwan is a whiskey drinker's paradise, and it's just off the charts. But that's one of the main. Looks like they got some karaoke customers going upstairs. Okay, I'm gonna get up close to the camera. You guys watch. There's gonna be a whole load of Vietnam girls showing up here in a few minutes, and they're all gonna be like in high heels and mini skirts. They're going upstairs. Yeah. I'm staying downstairs. So. Fist bump to you, Rob. Nice to have you with us. Got my little mask holder. This is now a commercial product, by the way. You saw me using like a homemade one a while back. So this is now a commercial product. So. Oh, let the decadence begin. Anyway, so this is pretty good. I really like this. And there we go. And what I usually do with my mask is I turn it around. So I'm not going to be eating so furiously tonight. But I didn't bring any bootsy sauce. This boss has some pretty nice chicken nuggets. And they don't seem to be made out of the worst parts, you know, the throwaway, so it's pretty good. And he always gives me some cayenne pepper. And white pepper is really big in Asia. You know, white pepper is more popular than black pepper. So a little white pepper and this cayenne on it, and there you go. Can't beat that. Now, another thing that everybody carries in Asia is a spray bottle. In Taiwan, more than other parts of Asia, because we've had more issues with coronavirus and epidemics like the SARS epidemic. 2003. So now I don't have that wimpy 75% stuff, man. I got 95%. Makes a big difference. So Now, you know, occasionally I like to talk about things that are going on. And so, this little news item came out yesterday. Let's expand this. This is from Nikkei Asia, it's Japanese news source, and it's from yesterday. Now, this is just a little bit of a cut of an article. 5:30 a.m. Tokyo time, right? 27. It's actually no. It's not yesterday. This came out. Obviously, you can see a few days before the end of February. This is like 3 weeks ago. The United Nations Security Council unanimously adopts a resolution calling for a durable, extensive, and sustained humanitarian pause to all armed conflicts to allow for COVID-19 vaccinations. Gallardo, we'll get to that in a second. Can anyone see the hypocrisy in that resolution? See, this is the United Nations Security Council. Okay, they're supposed to be concerned with, yes it does, you know, with security of the world, and that involves trying to reduce conflicts. So it's not like they have rebuked the nations that are engaging in conflict, or that they just come out and say war is bad and immoral and you shouldn't do it. No, they're calling for a ceasefire so that the citizens in areas that are affected can be inoculated. But let's not be naive here. It also means that they want the soldiers to be inoculated so they can get back on the battlefield as soon as possible. I mean, seriously. They also just have the wrong motivation. The motivation of the UN Security Council should be, you know, world security, wouldn't you think? Like, where, you know, not to worry about war, being concerned about war, right? But no, not at all. Anyway. Taiwan has not started vaccinations yet. The Taiwan government had a deal with some suppliers in Europe. The last second, they cut out. They canceled the deal. And without naming, you know, anyone or any particular country, the authorities said that there was some kind of external pressure. And so everybody can draw their own conclusion as to what that is. And the funny thing is now, this is hilarious. This is like you smell something bad and you go, wow, what stinks? Somebody goes, oh, it wasn't me. Wasn't you, did what? So what happened was the Taiwan government said that there were external pressures that canceled, you know, interfered with the deal, and that some of these companies are now refusing to provide vaccines to Taiwan. And China said, oh, it wasn't us. Okay. All right, well, here's the deal. Taiwan has 2 homegrown vaccines that are currently under testing. They're undergoing human trials, and even if, you know, we don't get any outside help, we will be able to start vaccinating with our own indigenously produced vaccines in the next 60 days. That's pretty cool. And then, since I'm over 65, I'll be, in one of the earlier groups. But, of course, all the frontline people, all the military, all the police, firefighters, and government officials and people who are a lot more important than I am are going to be getting it first, right? And then, the civilian population, it'll be people who have higher risks due to comorbidities like obesity, high body mass index, heart disease, diabetes, etc., etc. And then people who are older, which is me. But some of the companies who are contracted to provide Taiwan are still going to do so. They're just, it's not, they haven't all pulled out. I forget how many millions of doses were canceled. I think, I don't know, I don't want to say it's like I don't want to say like maybe 5 million doses, something like that, right? But the vast majority of them are still in place, and we're still going to get them. So it's not a big deal, really, not a big deal at all. And I have a lot of faith in Taiwan's massive industrial capability. I mean, because like when the masks, became really more important than they ever have before. I mean, our normal stock of masks that we had at home was around 100 masks. Just because, you go traveling and stuff, we wear masks. We go to the airport. I don't care where we're going. Every time we take a trip, we wear masks because that's just what you do when you live here. And within a few months, the president of Taiwan had ramped up mass production to 30 million per day. Per day. 30 million per day. There's 23.8 million people on the island, so that's more mass per day than the country needs. And they started a mask rationing program. Government took control of masks and inventory. But what the government did was, it didn't just take control of these things and then steal them. I mean, it compensated the suppliers so they didn't lose money, and they're motivated, to keep going and keep developing. And Taiwan government authorized, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, 65 new assembly lines for making masks. So they were like very decisive from the beginning and just, jumped on this. And so now everybody has plenty of masks, and they've been donating masks around the world very quietly. China does not like that because China's been charging people, and China's been charging people for inferior and defective stuff, and Taiwan's just giving it away. Well, yeah, there's a shortage around the world. I mean, there just isn't enough of it yet for everybody. But a lot of people have already gotten their shot. I know there's talk, I mean, I don't live there. And all I know is what I see, like everybody else. But it seems like there's a lot of people that just won't take it. And I think it's silly. But if they want to run the risk, it's up to them. And that's their right. But when it's available, man, I'm taking it. And if everybody, does their part, and we reach a level of herd immunity, it'll be safe to travel again. And I would like to introduce my daughter to her aunts and uncles whom she's never met. Phoenix has never been to the United States. It's kind of a dangerous place. So I'll be watching her like a hawk. But that's the deal. So we can expect that usually doesn't happen, Gallardo, based on past epidemics and world pandemics. Like smallpox, you know, it was a big pandemic and then it died down, but immunity is not hereditary, so, you know, new kids are born, they can get it. It was eradicated, I think it was in 1980. Smallpox, for example. Now, I read something interesting about smallpox and how in the Victorian age, there was a woman, she got it and she was heavily scarred. It scarred people, you know, and there were many, many people during that age that were disfigured from smallpox. But she was a member of, she was actually royalty, and she learned something from the women who were midwives in the Ottoman Empire about what they called inoculation. And they would take pus from one of the sores, and they would take a needle, you know, and spray some of that pus on it, and they would scratch the skin of a person that they want to inoculate. And that person would catch the virus in their skin and not through the lungs. And so it resulted in a less serious infection. Bear with me for a second. I'm getting a couple of messages from my followers. T says she's trying to connect, and Dean was asking me what platform am I like not on the air? Hold on, I gotta look at this. Okay, so okay, so I'm doing this in the background. Okay, so hold on. I'm just trying to say YouTube here. Okay, we're live, so yeah, that's what I thought on my usual channel. So I don't know. She might be talking about something else because I think I don't know. See, I'm not monitoring that. So now let me ask you a question. Prism was just running in the background, and I went to another app. What did you guys see? Did you see anything strange? Because Prism, you know, it shrunk into a thumbnail, and I thought that was really cool. I'm also on Periscope. Okay. She just said that she was on Periscope. Periscope may be having problems. I see I have a few people connected on Periscope, but I've got no comments. Periscope now is a complete wasteland because at the end of March it's going to be dead, right? So nobody wants to, nobody's investing anything in Periscope, which I think is a big mistake because Periscope's owned by Twitter. Okay, thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. Periscope's owned by Twitter. They bought they bought Periscope, integrated it into Twitter Live as an embed. Then they bought Squad, and it's pretty clear that they're going to use Squad's chat capability in Twitter Live, so, I mean, if everybody quits Periscope, they should just go to Twitter Live, you would think. And the whole business about Periscope ending. Hoodoos, how are you? Nice to have you with us. The whole thing about Periscope going away and making a big announcement about it, well, that doesn't surprise me. The whole thing is kind of like a kung fu movie, right? Where they're like, he's tough. Good to see you. Fist bump. Thank you. All right. Well, I just think it was a mistake to tell everybody that it's shutting down when they expect to use Twitter Live and promote Twitter Live, right? See? I told you. I told you there was going to be some scantily clad Vietnamese girls coming over here. Yeah. That's how it is. Karaoke rooms. It's a tradition in Asia. Cheating on your wife is a tradition. Yeah. But here they got rooms upstairs too. That's a lucrative one, man. Okay. Those karaoke rooms generate good money. But it's not the kind of business that I would like to do. That's not gonna be. Anyway. I guess it is, Gallardo. Over the years, right? Over the years, the place next door has been overrun. And it's all Vietnamese, and it's not anything wrong with Vietnamese, it's just that they don't communicate very well in Chinese. And yeah, over time, the local, what am I trying to say? The mobile internet coverage has really gone downhill. So I can't really get on top. I know. Well, that's how people are. I may. You too. Yes. Due to privacy laws here, I may have to end this stream just because I'm inadvertently, broadcasting all of their conversations. And believe me, you don't want to know what they're saying. So, that might actually be prudent at this time. Yeah, why don't we do that? I'm gonna say Zaijian went on for now. Sorry about this. It's only like a 25-minute broadcast, but last two broadcasts was on far too long, I think. I appreciate it. I'm gonna find something good for you guys on Thursday my time, and it looks like, daylight savings time now being the way that it is, it might be more advantageous for people anyway, like an hour later. But thanks, Matthew. It's good to see you too, T. Say hi to your husband, and glad you guys are doing okay. Thanks so much, Rob and Matthew and Gallardo. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You guys take care. We'll see you around. Thanks now. Bye-bye.
边烤一边吃，哪一次烤那么多的人要我？